Oh, so now the world owes you a mirror to reflect your delusion back at you? Girl, bye. That's not self-esteem, that's emotional extortion. You don't believe in your own beauty unless someone else co-signs it like a bad credit loan? Baby, that's not confidence, that's hostage negotiation. What you're really asking for is for the rest of us to keep up the lie so you don't have to face the truth, and we're not doing that today. Welcome back to the space where the truth doesn't come with a trigger warning, a lace front, or a participation trophy. This is unapologetic exotical content, where we don't tone it down to protect your feelings, we turn it up to protect reality. I'm going to use less photos today because I have a dentist appointment unlike the large majority of unambiguous women. If you're allergic to lies, manipulation, or forced inclusion, grab your snacks and settle in, because today we're dragging delusion by the bundles. Let's get into it. See, real confidence stands alone. It doesn't require likes, comments, or forced affirmation tours to survive. But the second someone says, actually, you're not all that, suddenly it's oppression, suddenly it's society's fault. Nah, that's your ego reacting to reality and calling it abuse. Y'all demand praise like it's reparations. Tell me I'm pretty, tell me I'm stunning, accept me as the standard or I'll scream colorism, featureism, and texturism, all while gluing down 32 inches of bone-straight Brazilian bundles and editing yourself into a completely different face. The math ain't mathing. You say you're the standard, but every filter you use is trying to look like the very women you claim are beneath you. That's not empowerment. That's imitation with entitlement issues. And let's talk about the psychology behind it. Why do unattractive women cling so hard to overcompensated confidence? Because deep down, they know without the loudness, the lashes, the lace fronts, and the constant gaslighting, the room would go quiet, and so would the compliments. It's not that you're not allowed to love yourself, it's that you're demanding others lie to keep you afloat. And that is manipulation. That's performance. That's the root of this new fake confidence culture. The one where every woman is suddenly a 10, and if you say otherwise, you're labeled bitter or insecure. No, boo. Some of us are just tired of being forced to co-sign delusion while getting bullied for having what you're trying to imitate. Y'all don't want equality. You want to flip the standard and crown yourselves queens without qualifying for the throne. And the Kelly Rowland and Beyonce example? Perfect. Every time Bey shines, Kelly flinches. And now Beyonce, arguably the most celebrated woman of our time, has to downplay herself just to protect her supposed friend's ego. That's not sisterhood. That's psychological warfare. Some of y'all are Kellys in disguise, trying to outshine women you secretly envy while guilt-tripping them for existing too beautifully. And let's be honest, if the roles were reversed and Kelly was the beauty standard, Beyonce would have been deleted from the group chat back in 2002. No participation trophy for Beyonce. The hypocrisy is loud, and so is the desperation. You talk about privilege like you're owed it, but beauty privilege isn't given. It's recognized. And when you don't have it, you don't get to bully those who do. And this whole movement of ugly girl content disguised as confidence coaching, we see you. You're not trying to empower women. You're trying to emotionally extort them into sharing the spotlight you don't qualify for. That's why you create echo chambers, exclude others, and slap safe space labels on groups designed to keep beautiful women out. Because if we walked in, the whole illusion would crash. Put our hair next to yours, game over. Put our face next to yours, double game over. That's why y'all push each other up while trying to cancel everyone who makes you uncomfortable. Why can't you stand next to anyone? Because you will lose every time. Big, ugly. Literally. You don't want truth, you want validation on demand. And let's get into sociology for a second. Unambiguous women have never been the beauty standard, and they're not about to be now. Why? Because standards are set by desirability, by global influence, by trends, and by affluence. And let's be real. When the dominant aesthetic across hair, makeup, fashion, and even TikTok filters is trying to look like a racially ambiguous or mixed woman, then baby, that's where the standard lies. Not in the camp that's still gluing on textures they claim are inferior. The moment you have to glue, press, or pretend, You're not her. And beauty standards don't reward cosplay, they reward authenticity. So, no, we will not lie to you. No, you are not the preference. No, we won't pretend that your features or your aesthetic is suddenly elite just because you scream louder than everyone else. The truth is, most of y'all look like you were rendered on Windows 95 with a dial-up connection. Yes, you were here first, but so was the Packard Bell. And guess what? I'm using a Mac now. Better interface, better graphics, better speed. Longevity doesn't equal superiority. So instead of trying to emotionally hijack the beauty conversation, accept that you're not it, and stop making your inferiority a group project. Your manipulation is loud and your tactics are tired. We're not your emotional support animals. We don't exist to boost your self-worth at the expense of our own. You don't get to demand inclusion, rewrite the standard, and call it activism. You're not fighting for justice. You're fighting for attention. And it shows. And there you have it. We don't hand out compliments just because your self-esteem called in sick and never came back. We don't coddle, we don't cosplay, and we sure don't downgrade ourselves to make you feel upgraded. Around here, beauty isn't begged for, it's recognized. If that offends you, that's not our problem. That's your mirror screaming. Follow for more unapologetic, exotical content where the standard stays stunning and the truth stays unfiltered.